Hey, welcome to the video. This is part 2, Civil War treasures. We're in this field. We're finding a lot of stuff and actually finding some things, some personal artifacts of soldiers during this battle. I've mentioned that this location is unique because it was the site of fierce fighting for a period of time, but then after that, it was where the Union troops were bed down for a period of time. They had foxholes there. They had, I would imagine, a camp because of the period of time that they were there. So I think it's interesting as I'm digging these different bullets, I am seeing the signs of the fierce fighting, but also the signs of life after that big battle where the troops were kind of maybe in a state of boredom for a period of time. So to find things that you can call it trench art of the things that I'm finding. They're extremely rare in metal detecting to find things like that. It's just blowing my mind, the stuff that I found on this property. Watch the video, watch future videos on this property. The finds are just mind-blowing. I'm trying to keep them a secret from my friends until the video comes out, but you gotta keep watching. I'll ask that you hit the like button. If you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button. Also, something on this video, put down in the comments, where are you from? Just put like the city and state. If you just want to, if you're overseas, just put your country. But lots of people are watching these videos. Just kind of give a shout out of what area you live and where you're watching from. And let's get to the video. Yeah, I just got to get down here by hand because it's going to just be a bunch of roots that my big shovel's not just going to be able to deal with. All right, let me get my pinpointer. All right, I feel something there. Uh-oh. There's a big root right there. And it feels like it's underneath it. So I'm going to have to try to come in underneath it if I can. Is that it? Here we go. Bullet. Yep, that was it. It was right under that big root right there. So let's see, what do we got? I see rings on it. Well, definitely made contact with something. Very cool. 3-ringer. Oh. I think that's a big root, so I think I'm just going to have to get down here and see what I can do without the big shovel. Yeah, so it's right here, and then I get this big old root. Okay, it's in my hand. It's right there. What is it? We'll clean it off right now, but I'll tell you straight up, it looks like a tooth. That's, I gotta clean it up obviously, but that's the first thing that popped into my head with the way this thing's looking. Dang it. Yeah, it's showing up as a 28. It's really not lead range, but it's got the white oxidation on it. I'll have to clean it up at home, but yeah, that's not ringing out. It sure feels like lead. It's heavy. It's got the white oxidation, but it's just ringing up. Should be in like the low 50s, and it's ringing up at 28. So, all right, we'll keep moving. It's like a deep target, like around, I don't know, it's showing like 50, 60, stuff like that, but dang, man, there's just so many branches. Trying to be gentle, trying to go wide on it. I see it right there. That's a bullet. I'm holding this root back with my body as I'm trying to dig this. Alright, what do we got? I think that's pretty cool. This is a Williams cleaner that has been fired and made an impact. More than likely impacted a tree. You see how flat that is? But if you see right here, the zinc base, like plunger thing, is just depressed all the way through it. I got one before that was like this, where the plunger, it's like a T, and it just was smushed all the way in there, and you could see it almost protruding, or at least a dimple here on the front side of it. But yeah, I'll take it. That's cool. I like Williams cleaners. Let's check this one out. Okay, I feel it here. Actually, a little bit this way. And it doesn't seem as deep. I see it right there. Look at that. Right there. Oh, is that dropped? Alright. Gotta look at this. That is dropped. Man, you can see the oxidation's just wanting to crumble off of it because of this soil. So I'm going to be gentle with it. Yeah, this is dropped. And I'm curious, this is cool because I think this is the bullet that I've been finding, that earlier I was talking about wanting to identify. That it's got 3 rings, but a lot of bullets have 3 rings. But it is smaller than the regular 3-ring mini balls that I'm finding. Yeah, enough there to identify it. That's cool. All right, now I'll bury this up and then we'll go check out this other target. Man, that's a strong signal there. Very strong. But it's going to be around roots. So we'll get down there and move them out of the way. I mean, it's an excellent signal. It just doesn't seem as deep. Not at all. See, I got it in my hand. But son of a gun. Look at that. What is this? It's small. Off the top of my head, size-wise, I'm thinking Williams Cleaner. But the base is going to be the giveaway on that. If it's got that hole in the bottom. It does. So yeah, that's a Williams Cleaner. Williams Cleaner Type 3. And the base is gone, which most of the time when they're fired, you find them with the base missing. So, it struck something. I am in a clump of trees right here. You can see the stumps everywhere. And I know what happened right here. And I know there was extreme fighting literally right where I'm digging right here. And I've said before that both sides, Union and Confederate, both occupied this space at different times, and they just had a big fight right here also. So I'm going to keep moving. All right, let's get down in there and see what it is. Lots of roots. Okay, I feel something down in there. Wow, it's out of the hole. I think I was just too close to my shovel. I was wondering if there were two things in there, but here's one. Okay. This could be interesting. This might be a Williams Cleaner. My first thought, Williams Cleaner with what's left of the plunger in the back. It almost looks like there's no damage to the bullet itself, so it almost looks like it's dropped, but what would have... That plunger in the back is like uniformly that size, almost like someone has cut it out. You know, damage can happen obviously when a bullet's fired, and I have several Williams Cleaners with the plunger kind of looking like this, but all of them were fired. All of them were kind of tweaked, being fired and striking whatever, but this looking like it's dropped. It's almost like someone was bored and was cutting it off, cutting it down like that. I'll clean it up at home and take a closer look at it, but I'll take it. Hey, this is a Williams Cleaner bullet. If I put it next to, just for a size comparison, you can see how small this thing is compared to what it should look like. So after I cleaned it up, it's very obvious what happened. I kind of spotted it at the time I dug it in the field. But a soldier was messing around in some downtime, and he carved this. What he did is he carved the plunger in the back. It's almost like the shape of a T, but he carved that, and then he shaved the bullet itself towards the back end right here, around where the plunger is, or the stem. You could tell that it's evenly shaved down all around it. But I love these pieces that have like a personal bent towards a specific soldier. I love them. They're not out there every day to find, but when you do come across them, I just think they're awesome. 55, 56. Right at the base of this old tree, so it's gonna be roots down here. Let's see. Oh, awesome. Awesome, I can feel it right away on the pinpointer. Makes it easier not having to dig under gigantic roots, but it's not out of the hole yet, so I shouldn't talk. Oh, look at that. You see it right there. Rolling out of the mud. Now, this, just the feel of it, this feels like the bullet I've found and talked about, the fact that I want to get it identified because it just seems smaller than a mini ball, a 3-ring mini ball. Man, I found a lot of them out here, and I can't be certain, but I think they're just 2 rings. But yeah, it's definitely smaller than a 3-ringer. That's pretty cool. Okay. This place is littered, so we're going to keep swinging. We're just going to have to dig it. I was getting flashes of like really high numbers on it in the 90s, which would, you know, that could be silver. But I think the numbers are more realistically going to be in the 50s. What's under here? Is that a flash of lead? I think it is. Yep. See a flash of a lead bullet right here. Right there. Boy, that hit its mark. Yeah, that hit straight on. Completely flattened. You know, this could have hit a tree. The way it's just completely smooth and mushroomed on the front. But yeah, this is, I mean, I'm a foot away from where we dug another bullet, so gonna keep looking. All right, perfect signal. Let's just move a little dirt and then. Okay, good. I can feel it on the pinpointer. Oh, geez. And my hand just by scooping that out. It's a bullet, but hold on. Yeah, that's a bullet. Williams cleaner. Yep. That's going to be a fired Williams cleaner with the base missing, like the plunger. You can tell by the hole in the bottom of it. So, yep. All right. I keep swinging. I thought I heard something right nearby. All of these bullets here are pretty darn close together. knowing what happened literally right here, it makes sense. But yeah, we'll see. The Williams cleaner bullet. You've seen me dig a lot of them. I've talked about them in previous videos. I wanted to give you a little backstory about the Williams cleaner bullet. In 1861, there was a guy named Elijah D. Williams who applied for a patent with the U.S. government for this new bullet design that he came up with. Now, there had been no bullet like his. It had a zinc plunger that was stuck in the base of a lead bullet. When it was fired, it was designed to where that plunger would be forced into the lead bullet when it's in the barrel, and it would expand and tightly grip the sides, the inside grooves of the rifle barrel. It would, and that tight seal would improve its accuracy and lessen the effect of windage on a bullet. Now, windage is literally the wind when a bullet comes out of that barrel, what effect the wind has. If that bullet has got a tight spin based on the rifling of a barrel, it's going to be much more accurate. Now, windage also is the difference between the diameter of the bullet itself when it's in the barrel and the diameter of the bullet. So when that bullet was fired, it expanded, it made a tight seal, and he said it would be much more accurate. In order to get this contract to convince the Ordnance Department, he said that it would cost 20% less than the 3-ring mini ball. It did not. Once it was produced, the soldiers didn't like it. They said that it wasn't that accurate. The main problem is it was very hard in certain circumstances to get that bullet down the barrel. It was just hard to force it down there. Now, the Williams cleaner, what most people think of is that it was a cleaner bullet, that it was to be put in the rotation like every 10 rounds, throw one in, and when it was fired, it would clean all the soot in the barrel. That is not what it was designed for. I'm going to put a link in the description of the actual patent application from Elijah Williams, and in it he says that it is not for that. He describes that it's to create that seal inside the barrel. It just started to be called and referred to as the cleaner bullet because it did have that effect, or could have that effect, of cleaning the barrel when you threw it in every few rounds. But the soldiers didn't like it. It was hard. A lot of Williams cleaner bullets are dropped. They're discarded. The soldiers didn't like to use them. What I have found is that in different parts or times of the Civil War, soldiers were using what they had. They were stealing each other's munitions and supplies, so soldiers used what they had. I think on this property that I'm detecting, I'm finding a lot of Williams cleaner bullets just for that reason. They were using what they had at the time. Now, in 1863, he came out with the Williams cleaner Type 3. Now, the Type 3 is the most common bullet, Williams cleaner bullet, that you find when you're metal detecting. The Type 3 he did for the first time in that patent application. He mentioned that it could prevent fouling or kind of cleaning the barrel, but that was not the purpose of his original bullet. Even the Type 3, that was not the main purpose of it. But people just referred to it as the cleaner bullet. It's now called a Williams cleaner, and that's just how everybody knows it. Now, in 1864, Elijah Williams passed away. He was a driving force behind and the main marketer of his bullet with the U.S. government. In 1864, when he passed away, the government had such an oversupply of this bullet that the troops didn't like. It was not as accurate as it was built up to be. So when he passed away, that was kind of the end of his bullet. It was also around the time that the first rimfire cartridge bullet was created for the Spencer rifle, and there just became not a need for that type of bullet anymore. So now you know a little bit of the backstory And now you know that it's called the Williams cleaner, but that was not the purpose of it. That was never the design. So there you go, a little bit of information. Couldn't ask for a better signal. Definitely can't miss this one. Let's get in there and put the pinpointer in there. Hopefully we can feel something right off the bat. Yeah, we can. Okay, that's good. That's good because there's just roots everywhere, so. Yeah, there we go. Make sure that's it. Yep. So let's see, is this dropped? And I honestly think it's got 2 rings on it. Yeah, it's got 2 rings, so. It'd be cool if it was a if it was a Confederate bullet. Those are just more rare. So I'll clean it up at home. And I think I got 2 today that are like this, almost in like a dropped condition. I found a bunch that have hit some kind of target. But yeah, that'll be cool. It'll help identify what this is. So on to the next. Low 40s, I mean, that piques my interest. Usually Civil War bullets are in the, they can, well, low 50s, could be high 40s. Usually low 50s is what a Civil War bullet is. So, I don't know. It being low 40s, maybe that's good news. Maybe that'll be... Come on now. Still in the hole. What the heck is this? This looks like a spike. Like, seriously, looks like an on purpose whittling on it. Yeah, that's shaped. This isn't like a natural thing. Look at that. That's definitely worked. And this is right next to our signal, whatever is down there, but someone whittled that. Someone whittled that. Holy crap. Alright. We'll put that right there. Remember, we found our bullet right there. And then we got a signal low 40s right here. Okay, it's in my hand. That's a bullet. And I think, is that an unfired Williams cleaner? It is. So it's a Williams cleaner. Let's see if it's unfired. I believe it is unfired, so it'd be a dropped. Alright, so let me get this straight. So, dropped Williams cleaner right here. I'm already forgetting what I dug right there. I think that was a dropped, that other one that was like a 2-ring one that we need to figure out what it is. But 2 dropped bullets and then that. And I'll tell you, that is 100% a whittled stick. 100%. Now the only thing that happened right here is the Civil War. So that's insane. That could very well have been whittled by a soldier. All right. Gonna keep going. That's just too cool. All right, on to the next. This is insane. This is a crazy find. This is a whittled stick from a Civil War soldier when, after the fighting had ended and there was a period of just downtime and literally nothing going on for a while, a soldier whittled this stick. Now, you can see where the soldier held it. You can see the marks on it where I mean, it's just obvious to anyone when you pick this up what this is. It's sharp on both ends. One comes to a spike, and then the other is just, you know, look at the pictures. This is amazing to me. This right here is my favorite Civil War find to date. Finding, you know, carved bullets, things like that. I like things that are kind of a connection, a personal connection to an individual soldier in the Civil War. It doesn't get more personal than this. I mean, you can, it's just frozen in time. You look at this and you know what the soldier was doing. Whittling was a popular thing during the Civil War, but to find a piece like this, it has got to be the soil that I'm metal detecting in that's preserving the wood. In a previous video, I found a piece of wood that had a 3-ring mini ball stuck in the middle of it. And it's preserved because of the soil that it's in. But this is an insane find. What I'm going to do is I lightly cleaned it off underwater, and now I'm going to seal this right away because now that it's drying out, it's been in soil for almost 160 years. So I need to put a clear coat on this thing so it seals it up. But I don't know what else to say. This is just a crazy find, a find of a lifetime. And I have never seen or heard of, personally, a carved stick or a carved knife or just whittled from a soldier sitting back at camp. But I'm just over the moon with this find. I finished preserving this whittled stick that I found. I put a good, probably 4 coats of clear lacquer on this thing, and it is just, it's preserved for history. This piece of wood was in the ground for about 160 years. It was due to the soil conditions, as I've mentioned before, in this particular area that it even survived. These things normally don't. They disintegrate, but this survived. And to me, it's amazing. It's got that personal element to it of a specific Civil War soldier. It gives you a snapshot into that moment of some downtime in the foxholes where they were making trench art. So I also want to mention that this was found in the hole with a bullet, with a dropped bullet. So it gives you that age. So you could say, well, how do you know that whittled stick is from the Civil War? Well, it was found where the Civil War occurred. Nothing else but the Civil War occurred right here. And it was also found literally in the same hole right next to a dropped bullet. Whittling, I'll say, if you look it up and do some research, whittling was very popular during the time of the Civil War. But to find something like this that survived, that survived in the soil for 160 years is just amazing. I am so excited to put this up on the shelf and display it with my other relics. It's just not something you find very often, if at all.